All right. I saw that, Ken Stout. No audio. Because I didn't get my audio confirmation. Come on. Get this together. Do I have to go back to a checklist? Really? Really? Let's go. Really? Here. Yeah, there's that. Okay, so I got audio confirmation. And then I'll go do this never works for me. Oh, I don't even see DougBot messages. Why are there no DougBot messages? From the beginning, no audio. You know what? I don't even think I said the date. I said good morning. I remember that. You might have lip read that. There's no bot messages there. All right. Come over here. Look at this. Speaker bot. That's not red, so we're good there. And then let's come over to look at, whoops, I got to go back to this button. And then I can go to this button. Nope, that's not the one I want. I want this one. And see if this is logged in over here. Yeah, it says 4 of 6 down here in the bottom right corner. So that means it's not all operational. My name's not in there, so I got to go sign in with Google. Do the Google. That sounds like it ought to be a dance. It hasn't shown up on any of my screens. Oh, look there. It just signed in. I was expecting to have to do some confirmation somewhere. Now, then I think about a minute after that gets connected, it'll realize that I'm live streaming, and then it will send in the DougBot messages. And I don't think SpeakerBot's going to work until that happens. Checking. And there still might be, there's been cases before where I'll seemingly fix this over here, but it still doesn't work. So then I have to disconnect, turn off the auto connect, and actually re-authenticate to that completely. That's kind of feeling like what I'm going to have to do. All right. So this is about fixing Windows issues, right? That's what the channel's about. So I'm going to disconnect from that, turn off the auto connect. And I could even go further with that by closing StreamerBot and reopening that. But I'll try here. That just connected right away without taking me through all the setup stuff. Now, how about this one? If I go to settings, I don't know the SpeakerBot connection to YouTube as well. Then accounts, and then, yeah, see, there's actually no YouTube here for SpeakerBot because SpeakerBot is just connecting through StreamerBot. And the DougBot messages still have not come in. So I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to forget the account. I'm going to close StreamerBot and then reopen StreamerBot. This is what I get for not doing my checklist, huh? Back in the checklist days, I would have done a test stream before the live stream. You saw me double click on StreamerBot to launch it. It takes a while for that guy to launch. Here it comes. See, that is really, really slow. And then I'll push my Windows Mover button, which is on my Stream Deck. It moves everything to where I want them to be. Now it says partially connected 4 of 5 platforms, YouTube, account, sign in with the Google. And that brings up a tab over here. It gives me my various accounts that I could sign in with. I'll sign in with this one and then continue. And then I got to get all of these things to allow it to do. And then look back over here and it says partially connected 5 of 6. And the 6th one is Twitch. Don't care about Twitch. We don't need no stinking Twitch around here. I didn't mean to offend anybody about Twitch. All right. Now, DougBot should come in. It takes about a minute after the show starts. Back when I was doing bumpers, the music that would play at the beginning, that gave StreamerBot some time to wake up and get its act together. And it's that StreamerBot trigger is triggered to run when streaming is started. Now I launched StreamerBot while the stream's already running, so I'm not totally certain whether that will count as it recognizing that I just started the stream. Yeah, there, it's working. Did we ever get DougBot? No, but that worked. It worked in my ear. I didn't watch my audio.
Yes, affirmative.
Analyzer. Yes, you did hear it. Okay, I'm going to come to, I think I saw something about jokes from Brian. I'll come back here. How much damage? What kind of damage are you expecting to see on the shipping box for that? And I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Alice liked the trailer too. I love that trailer. That guy, 104 years old. That was over a year ago that his birthday was. And if you look in the description of the trailer and then actually go to their source video, you get a little more information about him. Apparently he had quite a career in jazz. In fact, I think I recognize his name. Jeff Ryman, my earlier comment is gone, but I said I really enjoyed this trailer. Thank you, Jeff. Selden Ball, greetings. Randy Israel, RIP Solidium Consumer SSDs. I guess he's telling us here that Solidium Consumer SSDs have waved goodbye. No more consumer Solidium SSDs. Audio. I don't think I said anything at the beginning that you missed. What is a New Year's resolution? Something that goes in one ear and out the other. The boss calls me the computer, not because of my calculation skills, but because I go to sleep when left unattended for 15 minutes. You got 2 genuine laugh out louds from me on those, Brian. Well done. I know it's not a New Year's resolution, 640 by 480. Oh, the resolution. I didn't get that when I first read it. Yeah, screen resolution. Got it. Nice. Wintermute says he sees, there's a DougBot message. You're not seeing the ones that tell you what the SpeakerBot commands are. Interesting. I think that's because it wasn't connected to my YouTube account properly when I clicked to go live. We feel better soon, John. Perfect joke from Martin to Brian. On Dog, the wallpaper from Microsoft that looks like the wallpaper from Navy 2 days ago, maybe 3. I may not be catching why that still be current. Hi, I'm thinking you mean the background wallpaper that changes from day to day. The name of that is escaping me right now. You know names of me. I guess he's saying it's an obsolete. Now the Bing wallpaper, I think I can go back to see the previous day. See, I can click here on previous and see what the previous wallpaper was. Try again. Oh, famous last words. It's not working. Why did Adobe Premiere just open? Oh, it was already open. Oh, I see what happens. My taskbar is just refreshing. That's not moving. Okay, well, I'm going to move along from that. I'm not quite sure how to address that. Sometimes the wallpaper isn't automatic. For Microsoft the other day, I had to do some kind of refresh to get it updated. Not that's quickly important to the podcast. No. Solidium Memory Company, that's where Alan Melvin Tono. Yeah, because I was wondering about Alan Melvin Tono. No. I'm not the guy that remembers the people that work for companies. Gary Holzman's great at that kind of stuff, not me. Alan Melvin Tono went to work. Okay. Could not think of the name of the wallpaper. Spotlight. Yeah, that's it. Although I'm using Bing wallpaper, Spotlight is slightly different. Okay, I'm trying to understand what that meant, Brian. Alan has some very interesting history when you follow him. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting people out there. I can't follow them all, so no, I'm probably not going to follow up on that. Okay, so this, how bad was this shipping box damaged to cause that? I'm going to show you the shipping box. I didn't see anybody comment on that. Let's do it this way. Bring this up here under the keyboard camera. Here's the shipping box. Zero damage. This is the box it was shipped in. Zero damage. It had paper in it. Here's the product box. See that damage right there? A little crinkle right there? That's all it took to shatter that tablet glass surface. There's no other damage inside, nothing on the bottom. And this piece where the most cracking is, that's where that was, and it just shattered through the whole thing. Now, what this says to me is that this was not damaged in shipping. This was damaged before they put it into the shipping box. Thank you very much. I've returned, done the Amazon part to return it, and I ordered a replacement. This one came in like next day delivery. Now when I ordered a replacement, it was about a week away before delivery. And this was ordered on December 28th, I think it was. Came like on the 30th. I've had it for a couple of shows and haven't shown it to you. What I'm thinking is that they were low on inventory. And this one had been, you know, people who were packing the boxes had avoided putting this one into a box. They were low on inventory. Maybe this is one of a few damaged product boxes, and they sent it. That's what I'm thinking is the story behind it. Doug, what are you doing with the Galaxy tablet? Well, this is for a client. You've heard me talk about the clients who have HUD subsidized low income disability housing units. They use time clocks through these tablets. They're mounted on the wall. And in one of the facilities, the time clock battery was swelling, and the glass was popping out, and their camera was no longer functioning. They thought it was due to the power cord. Now, I don't yet know why they replaced the power cord. I need to find out, because they replaced the power cord. The replacement that they bought, a USB type A to type C from a store, I don't know what store, it had some of those reinforcing ribs on the type C connector that goes into the tablet. Well, the case on the wall that it's mounted in has this little tiny hole for the wire to go through, and it's not large enough to accommodate that extra reinforced cable. So they pushed it in before, this is all before they called on me. They pushed it in to try to get it to work, and the camera was slightly behind the bezel of this bracket. And so then the camera wasn't working at all for them. So I went out with several potential replacement cables, and I took the cable that came in this box, because a number of days have passed. I'm not giving you a true chronological order of events. But anyway, it turns out the cable that they ship with these boxes extremely proprietary. I couldn't find any cables on Amazon that have as short of a reinforcement shoulder on them, or it's actually the length of the Type-C connector itself. And it's got that certain amount of length. Yeah, okay, here, take a USB-C cable. This distance right here needed to be shorter, and I couldn't find any cable that provided that. This one is short enough, and this is a USB to USB that I got from somewhere, I don't know where. That's interesting. It's that one, it does look like it's short enough. Strain relief. Lawn Dog uses that term. That's a better, probably name for that. John Williams, is it possible that tablet was returned with the damage and then resent out? The packaging, it had these tape seals. I don't think there was cellophane around this box. The packaging around the tablet inside the box was such that that could be the case, but the cables were all wrapped up neatly. It looked like it was actually new, but that damage on the box, I think that easily could have been warehouse damage before they put it into a shipping box. The tablet I ordered from Amazon, answering William Lynn's question. Yeah, Lawn Dog, the seals could have been redone by the shipper. I had so much lined up that I'm completely off agenda. Alan has some interesting, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Oftentimes in computer box, a special label acts like a security label. Enough of that. I'm going to get back to the things that I had listed to talk about. If I can get this window to open up. Let's see, I told you the tablets were used for time clock. Oh, now here's an interesting piece, just to stay on that story a little bit and keep me away from my intended agenda, I guess. Let's see, where do I get this? I'm looking back for my Copilot history because Copilot really did me a solid. Not there. I had seen Copilot history somewhere.
Read chat, please.
Oh, there it is. Here it is. I'll get to that chat in a moment. Quick question regarding activation. I see that. We'll get to that in a little bit because this is still on this subject. Replacing defective Galaxy Tab A. Is that it? What I wanted to find is, I know like on iPhones, I've done, you turn them both on, put them next to each other, and it'll offer you the opportunity to copy one to the other. Yeah. The question I asked, I have a new Galaxy Tab A that I'm going to replace the defective one. The defective one has a stolen battery, but still fully functional. How can I go about cloning from the old one to the new one? Got it. First, back up your data from the old Tab A using Samsung Smart Switch app or Google account. Then on your new device, use the same app or account to restore. Everything's pretty seamless. I had reason to believe there was an even easier way. So in a sense, Copilot actually let me down with their first response. And I said, is there a way to clone it by attaching them with a cable? Yep, you can definitely use a cable. With USB-C to C cable, connect the old Tab A to the new one to open Smart Switch on both devices. Select send data to the old device, receive data with the new one, then follow the prompts. It's a direct and efficient way. And I went deeper. Does the new device have to be initialized first, or can I do this on first power on? You can actually clone the data directly from the old device to the new one without initializing the new device first. Just make sure both devices are connected via USB cable and follow the Smart Switch prompts to transfer your data. This way, you'll preserve your settings and apps without having to set up the new device from scratch. So what I think is gonna work when I get an actually good tablet in is I won't power it on at all. I just go connect them both and then power them on, and I'm expecting it to offer to essentially clone the old one. But I suspected there was something like that, so I went through Copilot rather than doing Google searches, because Google searches aren't quite as direct to the question that you're asking. So then I will click that button, come over here and bring up my agenda, pop-up timer. I didn't set up the pop-up timer before the show. So I'm going to let you see how that's done. This is number of seconds from a prior timer. So new count up timer. This is the way I does it. Select today's date and then 9 a.m. and Pacific time zone. And I want to count up, and I want no days, no hours, no minutes. So I get the number of seconds. And then if I click make count up, this gives me a link. Then this gives me the seconds. So when I go look at channel comments, I'll know how many seconds to put in for the link. Today's show is right here, and I need to get a share link for that. So copy that and then come into comments. Got in hacker. I think, if I remember right, I looked at this a little bit. I think this is one that received one of Tony's gift memberships. Not certain I remember that right, but he says nice. Now, okay, so to do this right, what I've got to do is reply, click reply, and then put in that link. All this stuff after the SI is not needed. That's just tracking information. So the question mark T equals, then put in the number of seconds. 1413 for, yeah, I'll say 1400, because I started talking about them before I put this in. So I think that's right. Now I can prove that by copy that, come over here and paste it. And it should go, it goes straight to that point in the video. And I can tell that I was too far along, as you heard right there. So I'll go back and change this to, well, let's just guess it at 1300. Give him a thumbs up and a heart and reply. So that this isn't something that I have to do later. Now, this one is going to be at 1460, and click reply, put this in, and 1460. That extension is complete garbage. It doesn't do anything. This person is replying to the how to fix Gmail reverse conversation order. And I'll refer to him or her as 613. Let's just call 6, right? Like the Star Trek lieutenant, whatever, 6. I understand where you're coming from. There are some things about that extension and the Gmail ordering that is more difficult than what I covered in that video. And because of your comment, thank you very much, 6, I have added a video to remake Gmail extension, understandably reported as garbage. And I'm going to make reference to your comment because it is a completely valid comment. And the reason why 6 might say it doesn't do anything, there's a few different ways that this might happen. One of them is that when you're looking at the emails in Gmail and you're wanting to see them in reverse conversation order, which means you want to see the most recent email, then the one just prior to that, and then older and older and older. But Gmail's default and only way to natively show you the conversation emails is by having your most recent, I think I'm saying this right, and then the oldest, and then they get newer and newer and newer. And that, for a lot of people, is not the way they want to see them. So then you apply this extension that reverses them. The catch is the emails that are sent to you in reply, if those emails contain the chain as the person who sent you the reply sees them, then you get their chain of replies. Then below that is the next email in your list. It might have a chain of replies in the order that that person had them. And it's just really confusing mess, especially if there's extra clutter in those emails. Now, there's other possibilities too. If it's using if this person's using Gmail but actually accessing it through Outlook or Thunderbird, well, no, he's using the extension, so it's got to be in the Chrome browser, or I think that'll work in any browser. But anyway, 6, if you want to send me a picture, a screenshot of what you're seeing, I'd be happy to comment further on it, and I will not expose that to my audience. I will look at that. I'll address it on the show in a description method, but I won't show your emails. So if you'd like to do that, I would love to follow up on this subject more with you. There's the email address. You can send a screenshot there. You can take pictures of the cell phone, send them to me by email, however you want to handle that. But the extension does work. There's just some nuances about how it works that may be causing you issues. Okay, so then we'll click reply. I don't see there's the thumbs up and heart. Oh, let's see. This is a new person to the channel, so I gotta put a little more in there. I replied to your comment in today's live stream. All right, there. It's 9:28. Carrie Holzman gives gotta remember to do this. Now I've got to actually bring this one up because see that number that we saw in Alt Tab was not correct. So I'll put this at 1700. Come on, go back there. Get back. Carrie Holzman, reply, and then clipboard history to get, yeah, I'll take that one, 1700. Apple charges a 30% fee. Let's make that bigger, shall we? Apple charges a 30% fee to all sellers on sales through iOS apps. Hence, the join button is on the Android YouTube app, but not on the iOS platform. That makes total sense. Weird. So many Apple users don't understand all of Apple's restrictions and high prices. Count me among those. I didn't put that together. I did not put that together. Many of you who follow Carrie's channel know this. He captures things like that. He's good about that. Those nuances. I did not catch that at all. As soon as I saw this, I thought, of course. Can you imagine? Somebody buys a membership to this channel through an Apple device. The first thing that happens for my 99-cent membership is Apple takes 30% off the top. And then so that leaves 69 cents about. Or then YouTube takes 30%. And then the content creator has the dribblings. That just makes so much sense. So yeah, iOS is not going to have that join button on YouTube videos. Totally makes sense. But going to a browser, then you would have that because that's not the app. Hence the join button on Android YouTube app. Apparently they don't take a percentage, not on the iOS platform. I did my emphasis there because because I was yelling at these stupid people that don't understand that, and counting myself among them. It's just now when you're and you must recognize this. Why do I assume everybody would recognize this? For something that you know yourself or you value highly, there's a tendency to assume everybody else ought to understand that. It's just so obvious. And I would say that same thing applies when somebody comes up with a comment in like this one comment in chat today. Who is it? Some person that was being talked about earlier in the show that kind of just said their name like I should recognize who that is. No, not. Just because you know someone and think they're famous doesn't, mean everybody does. Let's see. As for laptop battery life, the new Snapdragon X CPUs for Windows. This is a link to one of Carrie's recent shows. I know I have it up here somewhere. I'll just click on it. I'm going to right click a new tab. I think if I left click on it, it'll do that anyway. But he does a lot of conversation. He does a lot of conversation in the show about those that Snapdragon.
Read chat, please.
And he knows that stuff a whole lot better than I do. So whoever was asking that yesterday, you should go watch that video. I heard that read chat, please. There was an earlier read chat message that I never got back to because I glanced over here and said it can be later. We'll go deal with that now. But I want to give you this link in chat. Snapdragon, whoever was asking that yesterday. Now, what you could do is go to this transcript. Down in his description, open the transcript. It's down at the bottom of his description. YouTube puts that in. And then do a Control F and search for Snapdragon or ARM or whatever term you want to use. I think I had recently done that in here, but let's just say ARM. Well, ARM's going to come up with a whole lot of results, but if you click the down arrow, you'll get into the chat. So here, 2347, ARM-based processor. So then you click on that 2337, it'll take you right to that point in the video. So that's a great way to be able to find something that a content creator is specifically talking about by searching the transcript. Now, let's get to the read chat, please. I got the join button on Safari, okay. Yeah, Martin was asking about the join button yesterday off of his iPad. So that answers the question for Martin, and he did get that. So now somebody else had done a read chat, please. So I'm going to search for !C. Senora. Ryan Israel, quick question regarding activation. When you get a moment, no rush. Okay, did you ask the question? Let's come over here, look at more on here. Quick question regarding activation. Has he asked the question yet? No. Go ahead and ask your question. Oh, there it is.
Read chat, please.
There it is. Let's see if I go back this way and then can I go right back into, does it show up yet? No. I gotta go all the way out to the chat. Regarding an old laptop with Windows 10 installed, Windows 11 upgrade planned, device fully Windows 11 compliant. If I do a wipe and load of Windows 11, will the activation be retained? Yes. Or is an in-place upgrade needed? You could confirm that by going to, let's see, and you want to see the digital activation. Somewhere around here it tells us that your Windows is activated with a digital license. If your computer is activated with a digital license, then yes, you can do a wipe and reload and be fine. Product and key activation, is it here? Activation state, expand that. Of course, I'm looking at Windows 11. You're using Windows 10. but it's going to be somewhat similar. Windows is activated with a digital license. So if you have a digital license, then yes, you can do a wipe and reload Windows 11 activation. Your Windows 10 activation will be retained because it's a digital license. It is possible to have a non-digital license, but there's the circumstances to do that. I can't recite it, but I'm pretty sure that there is a way to have a Windows 10 license that's not digital. I could be wrong. So the ReChat, this is only a test. Oh, he was doing a test of ReChat. Yeah, the way that works, William, is if you do an exclamation mark C, the only thing SpeakerBot is going to say is read chat. So this is a great way to put in a questions. Do an exclamation mark C and then ask your question or make your comment, and that'll guide me to go look at it. I no longer have SpeakerBot able for you to interrupt me with these long rambling interruptions because they were just driving me nuts. Hoop Train. Hello, Hoop Train. Hep Train. Sysadmin here. We're upgrading PCs from 10 to 11 recently in the office. Yes, you can wipe and reload. Thank you for adding that. Hoop Train, I hope to see you around more. It won't be very long at all that you'll turn blue. I just got to make sure that you're not a troll, because I have a lot of troubles with trolls around here. I like to turn people blue so that you can put in links, and it's a way of recognizing that I've become aware that you're not a troll. So love to see you around some more. Sysadmin, awesome. You're an awesome person to have in this community. I never encountered a non-digital license. Yeah, it's a rare circumstance. So just because you haven't encountered it does not mean it does not exist. Oh, well, all right, let's find out. Let's see. You can't really trust Copilot too much, but I'll try it. Is there a way to have a non-digital activation license on Windows 10? I'll take this answer with a grain of salt. Yes, you can have Windows 10 without digital license. You can download the SO from Microsoft, install it without entering a product key. During the installation process, you can select option 1, I don't have a key. Proceed with the installation. However, please note that that's unactivated. That's not the same. That's not really what I was asking. Non-digital activation. Yeah, so it didn't answer the question right. Now I could ask, and I have done this before, where I go back and ask a follow-up question, trying to narrow it down, and sometimes get useful information, sometimes not. All right, I think that'll do it. I've got to go back and look at my agenda because I totally did not do my agenda.
Read chat, please.
I'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on that. Ran Israel says, an activation using a product key is automatically converted to a digital license. Yes, that's true. That's not the rare situation where you can have a non-digital license. And I'm not certain that I'm correct about that. So take that with a grain of salt. This is here you're just telling us one variation where it does get converted to a digital license. So now that's not. I kind of felt like that's where that Copilot was going to, but that's not. I don't think that's what it wound up going to. My Alt tab is being really sluggish. It needs a cup of coffee. Yeah, because it sounded like it was going that way. It wasn't. I don't really care to answer that. I don't think I'm going to research that any further. But that's okay. When we went to that place, it says you're activated with a digital license. Why say that if that's the only way it can be done? Why even declare that it's a digital license if that's the only way it can be done? I don't know. Could be wrong. Maybe somebody will give a video comment. with a more
Read chat,
authoritative
please.
answer. Telling me what your observation is doesn't cut it. Seldom Ball. Does using an enterprise license server count as being non-digital? They aren't well, that's a good point, because
chat,
there
please.
are on-site digital licenses. You can have a licensed server within your corporation. And so is that considered other than a digital license? The other way is digital license plus linked to your Microsoft account. Well, that's still a digital license. That's not a non-digital license. Let's see, that's ran. Guess I'll have to try and see. Yeah, I don't think what if there is a variation, I don't think you can just test it yourself. Digital license is not associated with your Microsoft account, because you can have a digital license without having a Microsoft account at all. Lawn Dog's right on that. Okay, get out of here. Go, leave. Have a good Thursday, everybody. I will see you on tomorrow's show, hopefully. All right, goodbye.